I expected better from the state.
Hey, it's Bonsai Hiker. I'm here at Indiana's Adventure Hiking Trail. Got several friends. Doc, Paint, the Trail Medic. And we just signed into the forestry office and we're heading out. It's a beautiful day. It's going to be on the warm side. High of almost 80, but it's going to be great. It's the 11th of April, 2019, and we're expecting high winds, rain tonight, and a couple of good days, and then rain and thunderstorms on our last night, and all the following day, the last day, where we'll be hiking out anyway, so should be great. Leaves are just starting to come out, just starting to get the green. They're starting to get blooms. The red buds are blooming. The dogwoods will be out soon. So we got, of course, all these flowers.
I missed my my video camera though, because you could easily zoom out onto the cliffs and come back from them, you know, get an idea how far away.
So the last time I was out here, I kind of injured my knee. Part of it was due to sliding down a muddy slope and kind of twisted a little bit. But honestly, I'm not sure how much of it was that and how much was IT band syndrome. If I went really slow, I did better. So I kind of realized I need to slow down when I'm hiking and just be a little bit more careful. Today I realized that when I'm with other hikers, I tend to not be as careful. I tend to speed up a lot, and that's not good for my knee. So what I'm trying to do right now is separate from the group a little bit, so they can do their own thing, I can do my own thing, and I can take my time and not feel that pressure to be less careful.
Larkspur.
Another thing I realized that I don't do very well, that I should, is I don't stop and sit down and take a break. So I'm doing that. I'm going to try to schedule that more. I tend to just keep going, and that's not good for my body. I need to stop and take breaks. I don't feel like I need one, but at the end of the day, I'm going to realize it didn't take any breaks. So, waiting on the rest of the guys. Got a nice rock here. Nice little ledge. I can't show it. Anyway. Yeah. Just gonna hang out and eat. Got that look on his face. Come on, bring it on.
Easier step?
Yeah.
That's easy. A lot of height.
You know, it's hard to believe just how much different the weather is today than when I was hiking 2 weeks ago at Nebo Ridge. It is going to be almost 80 degrees today. I'm already really sweating. And yeah, it's a dramatically different hike because of that. So yeah, it's interesting. I was able to lighten my pack quite a bit, more than I thought I would. Yeah. Feels like summer already. Amazing. I just climbed up the second good hill that we've had on this trail. There's not much break. Just pretty much goes straight up. The guys here call them Hoosier switchbacks, the kind that go straight up the hill. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a walk. That's good. Feels good to get that blood moving. It's so beautiful out. That definitely got me a little damp, a little sweat there. That's good. Oh. I think I missed the trail. But look at that view. Think, Andy, you want to walk across that? I don't think I'd even do that. beautiful old structure. And here's the benchmark. So I'm set up for the night. We found this spot on the side of a hill that actually has a running stream, which is not all that common around here, so it's going to be really nice to have plenty of water tonight. It's somewhat protected from the wind, not as good as it could be, but still better than it could be also. We thought about camping on a hilltop, and that just wouldn't work out too well in this kind of wind. It's supposed to get 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts tonight, so we just got to take some precautions. Also going to get rain, so it's going to be fun weather, but I think we chose our site pretty well. But anyway, that's my hammock back there, and Mike is a little bit further down. I don't know if you can see his. Yeah, his is a little bit further back there. And Andy's set up there, and Keith is closer down to the trail in his tent.
Starts at like 2 o'clock, and by 4 o'clock it's flat ass raining, and then by about 7 it's slowing back down. So it may be out of here earlier. What about the wind?
Good morning. It rained a good part of the night. In fact, it stormed quite a bit. We had some pretty high winds and some pretty heavy rain, and I had to get up a couple of times and reconfigure the tarp. I had one end up thinking that the high winds were gone and we're just going to have some light rain overnight. Well, the rain was heavy and the winds were strong periodically, so I was getting rain clear back under the tarp onto me and my hammock. So I had to run back there and bring down the doors, tighten everything down, and then of course it calmed down, but later on it picked back up again, so I was glad I did it. So I still got everything locked down pretty well. Very, very glad I have this new tarp with the doors, because I'm pretty snug in here now. So I'm getting ready to have some breakfast. The rest of the guys, I don't see a whole lot of movement or hear a lot, so they may still be sleeping. But I'm going to go ahead and get some breakfast and kind of get around, and then I can just relax until they're up and moving. All right, so we've packed up and we're starting our hike. It's about 10:30. We took a little while in camp, just having a breakfast and letting things dry out a little bit, and packing up from that rain. It's a great campsite, plenty of water, especially after the rain. So anyway, hopefully we'll find plenty of water on the trail now. It's usually a pretty dry trail, so hopefully the rain will make that a little bit easier for us. Alright, so vent time. Fast forward if you don't want to hear this. But we have been wading through so many miles of crappy, torn up trail full of horse footprints. It's just a quagmire you have to wade through. This is a no horses trail. You saw the sign at the beginning of the video, yet horses have torn up most of it. It's just horrible, and it's frustrating, and I don't know what can be done about it. Probably nothing. Doc had the idea that if backpackers paid a fee to come out on a trail like this, there'd be more interest in policing it and taking care of it and ensuring its proper use. I don't know, maybe not. I think the problem goes a lot higher than that, with the lack of manpower and budgetary constraints, that I don't think it would be policed even then. They would just make a little bit more money, probably to go to the Horseman's Campground. I know that's pretty cynical, but this is very frustrating. So anyway, that's my rant. Break time at the Pioneer Picnic Shelter. We just walked about almost 3 miles and just taking a break, having a little breakfast, second breakfast, and we're going to head down the hill and up to the Ohio River Shelter and probably have lunch there before we move on to the Chimney Shelter. It's also called the Homestead Shelter. So that's where we're going to spend the night.
Oh, Scotty.
There's what's called a nodding trillium and a drooping.
Everybody's been worried about water tomorrow. Today hasn't been such a big deal because of the rain we had overnight. We're finding water in a lot of places, especially horse hoof prints on the trail. But anyway, so it's not a problem finding water today, but tomorrow might be difficult. It's a karst geology around here, so that means lots of limestone caverns where the water just drains away and doesn't stick around very long. So we'll see. We elected not to put in a water drop near the end of the trail, so we do not have that option that otherwise would have. So we'll see. It's an adventure. That's why they call it the Adventure Hiking Trail. All right, we made it to the Ohio River Shelter. This is a great little shelter. The dock is in front of me. Trail medic and Payne are behind. But I'm going to stop here and have some lunch. It's a great place. It's all enclosed. It's even decorated. It's a great shelter. So I think, not sure, but I think we dropped down into that valley down there. I'm gonna climb right back up to the top of that hill and then back down to the other side again. Yeah, good walking though. We're have a water drop here coming up very soon. It's been a beautiful day. Mostly thin clouds, but relatively cool. It's been beautiful, lots of wildflowers. It's interesting listening to Doc try to figure out what they are. Sometimes he's stumped, but a lot of times he's got the answer. Just climbed a big hill. After our water drop, I've got 4 extra liters in my bag. Whew, that's fun. Anyway, we're stopping and resting, waiting for some of the others. And some other backpackers came along. And Doc said, oh, they're probably going for the choice spot. We need to get there first. And so we took off. So I basically ran up the rest of the hill. And I'm keeping up as quick a pace as I can. So it's the last mile of the day. And that should be okay. Almost there. I can collapse when I get there. Alright, we're coming up on the homestead shelter, also known as the chimney shelter, for obvious reasons. And there's nobody here. Beautiful place. We're going to go on past it, I guess. Down this trail. Supposedly there's a nicer campsite. Okay, so we made it to our choice campsite. It's got a nice fire ring, some benches made here. But the key attraction is this view. There's Doc enjoying it. Very nice. A little treacherous. Wow. That's as good as any view you're going to get anywhere around. Good job, Doc. Great sight. Yeah. View. Great place for breakfast. That campsite last night was great. The view was amazing. We sat out there on that ledge until a little after 10, and it was just gorgeous. Last night was a little cool. I wasn't terribly cold. I wasn't terribly uncomfortable, but I was a little cool. I'm not sure exactly what temperature it got to, but it was down in the mid-40s, I'm sure. So I just filled up with a little more water at a creek, carrying almost 4 liters of water. It's a lot of water, but I'm just not sure what we're going to find up here. The other guys are carrying a little bit less because they're pretty confident they're going to find water. Yeah, we'll see. One way or the other, I'm going to be drinking plenty of water today. So we were following this little creek bed and looked at this and it looked like it went down a ways, and so I climbed up on this tree and realized how far down that goes. So that's a sinkhole. There could be a 200 or 300 foot vertical shaft under that, leading to a cavern. I'm not going to go try to find out. You want to?
Not today.
Alright. We'll skip it then.
I have another issue.
Would you like to run into that? Hiking. Woo! Nasty. Although if you got a bear attacking you, I might grab that to defend myself. I hope this comes out on video. This big sinkhole. This also leads to a cavern. Somewhere down there, water collects and erodes through the limestone. Very cool. Coming up on the primitive site shelter. Not much here. Shelter's just a dirt floor. Oh, there's a bench in there. That's good. Yeah. Probably help you right out of storm, although I don't know that I'd trust it. Anyway. One of the coolest things about this trail is the different kinds of topography, different kinds of trees. There's open hillsides with lots of hardwoods. There's cedar groves like that, pines. Some sections are very hilly, some are more smooth and flat. Lots of areas of exposed rock, sandstone, limestone. Just a lot of variation. It's not the same trail for 25 or 30 miles. It's always changing, which is fun. More wildlife.
Big rat snake.
Okay, Indian Creek Shelter. The last shelter that we're going to go by on this trail. We're going to stop and have some lunch here. Oh, nice view.
Oh, yeah.
Decent shelter. Yeah. Huh, first one I've seen without a picnic table inside. So we just left the Pioneer Shelter. While we were there, a whole bunch of other hikers came in, and we had a nice conversation with them. Didn't put any of that on video because I didn't know if any of them wanted to be on video. But it's cool. It's always nice. You know, more often than not, when you're backpacking, you meet the coolest people out doing the same thing. And everybody's out to have a good time and be friendly, and it's nice to be around this kind of people. Restores your faith in humanity. Set up camp just below a ridge, expecting some big thunderstorms tonight. So didn't want to be on top of the ridge just for lightning threat, and didn't want to be down in a valley because we're expecting about an inch of rain. Just saw on the radar that's pretty significant rain coming, so it'll be interesting. I've got my tarp all set up and locked down. The doors are open right now on this end, but I can close them real quick, and you might see they're closed on the other end. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. We're all just hanging out here. We're going to get up early and just hike out in the morning. So we're about 2.5 miles from the car right now. So you can see Keith's tent over there. And Doc is set up over at the hill, and that's Mike's hammock right there. So anyway, a great trip so far. A little tired, but that's okay. We've come so far about 26 miles, so it's been a great time. See you in the morning. We packed up. It rained all night, sometimes pretty heavy. In fact, when I got up this morning, there was a lake underneath my hammock, so that made packing up a little bit interesting. So I did get packed up. Doc and I are hiking out, and Trail Medic and Mike are still there taking a slow morning in camp. And yeah, so rain stopped, which is kind of nice. I don't know if it's going to start again, but I'm ready if it does. All right. Okay, we're slogging back to the car. The trail is a muddy mess and there's blowdowns everywhere. What a pain. But it's all right, we're heading back to the car. We're probably a third of the way there, maybe a quarter. But yeah, what a mess. All right, we made it back to the cars. The trip is over. I'll figure out how many miles it was and post that down here in the screen somewhere. It's a great trip. We saw a little bit of everything. It's a great trail. There's some nasty parts. There's places where the trail's torn up. There's a lot of blowdowns in some places. Some logged areas, but overall it was a lot of fun. A lot of good times spent with some good friends. Thanks for coming along.